Don't mind the background right now. We're at a hotel. We're participating, sponsored, flown out for Anime Expo 2026. And another big game I'm going to be posting about very soon that's currently under an NDA. But I happened across a sequence of Reddit threads, news posts, and articles, all documenting the worrisome current trajectory of the Elder Scrolls Online. ESO is still one of, I think, the big 5 or big 7 MMOs. We have World of Warcraft at the top, Final Fantasy 14 next, Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 3 is coming, but Guild Wars 2 at number 3. We have BDO, we have RuneScape, and then we have Elder Scrolls Online. They're literally the 6 MMOs that are still relevant, still have active players, and that have any life left to them. But the Elder Scrolls Online devs worry that the MMO cannot continue to function as brutal layoffs hit half of its team. Half of its goddamn team, dude. Let's be honest. The MMOs aren't really that lucrative anymore. If you want a popular game, you make a survival game, you make a multiplayer game, you make a gacha game. MMOs, and people wonder, why are MMOs not being made anymore? Because even the big ones are struggling to retain any sense of relevancy. The Elder Scrolls Online developer ZeniMax Online Studios has been hit with a new wave of layoffs as part of Microsoft's massive Xbox cuts. As Xbox sells 2 studios and lets 2 others go independent, major layoffs are taking place across the Xbox, ZeniMax, and Activision portfolio. Evidently that's very concerning. Final Fantasy 14, ever since Dawntrail, has also seen a significant decline. One of the most affected teams is ZeniMax Online Studios, the studio behind the Elder Scrolls Online. According to senior content designer Catherine Soes, ESO has lost half of its team that was actively working on content, events, and dungeons. Half of its team. That means that if they somehow manage to maintain a level of content cadence that players are happy with, the quality of the content is going to be significantly reduced. If it took that number of people to make what was currently being made and available, you can only imagine the quality that is going to be present if only half the people are left. And not just that, but can you imagine how much these people are going to have to put in terms of workload just to try and keep to that schedule? The overtime these people are going to have to be working is insane. I genuinely feel horrible, not only for the half the team that was let go, but the half the team that is going to be left and required to somehow keep going. Right now, the full effect, I didn't mean to punch that. Full effects of the layoffs are unknown, but many senior developers have been cut, including lead dungeon director Mike Finnegan. Lead dungeon director. That's always great to hear. Yeah. Senior writer design. Oh my God. Lead designer. Wow. And many more. Ed Stark. The North will remember. So a lot of higher level staff here have all been let go. That's crazy. In a report by Kotaku, anonymous sources described the cuts as brutal, with some expressing doubt over whether the Elder Scrolls Online can even continue to function with the massive scope of Xbox layoffs. So, no, I completely agree. How do you continue to function when you lose the lead dungeon director, when you lose your senior writer designer, and your lead designer overall? Wow. This is a catastrophic hit to the upper echelon of the company, the developers studio. As a result of these layoffs, it appears that the future roadmap of content for ESO is already shifting. In a post on the game's official forums, remaining community manager Jessica Folsom claimed that the roadmaps we previously shared will be shifting. So they had a trajectory, they had plans for the future. Evidently that's no longer the case. Everything they were working on, everything they were going to implement, everything that they were going to accomplish and achieve, they were going to expand on. That could all go down the drain. There could be nothing, no semblance of what was being planned. Let's be real, it's going to take a lot of effort to accomplish, and with half the current staff working on it, it's probably not possible to do. So they're going to have to reel things in and somehow push out something that is likely going to be a little bit inferior. Currently, the team is taking the time to evaluate the work in front of us. So, look at that. Right there. They are evaluating the work in front of us. So they're looking at this and they're thinking to themselves and probably each other behind the scenes, we're fucked. We're so fucked, bro. And they're going to deliver a clear timeline of content releases in the future. According to the Kotaku report, The Elder Scrolls Online is one of Microsoft's most successful releases. I mean, it's an MMO. It's a buy-to-play MMO with types of a business model that allows for premium subscriptions or purchases. So naturally, it made a lot of money. The MMO has reportedly generated $2 billion in revenue since launch. Yeah, but like, let's be real, is not the case anymore. And was bringing in around $15 million every month prior to layoffs last year. That's actually a pretty substantial number. That's the equivalent of World of Warcraft with a $15 monthly subscription fee having 1 million active players. Damn, that's actually incredible. Wow. There were layoffs, which resulted in a shift into a seasonal structure instead of the typical expansion structure. ZeniMax Online Studios saw the largest layoffs of Xbox's cuts during 2025. At the time, the team was working on a brand new sci-fi MMO, which Xbox executives reportedly loved. Nevertheless, the studio was gutted and the project was canceled, causing major players to leave the team and form Sackbird Studios. I mean, more power to them. If Microsoft is going to fuck you in the ass, then hey, you either take it and enjoy it, you take it and shut up about it, or you leave and, you know, go find someone that isn't going to hurt you so badly. So they had to cancel another a sci-fi MMO, though. That sucks. We could have had, Microsoft, we could have had new MMOs with the quality of Elder Scrolls Online, but what are you doing? Prior to this year's layoffs, ZeniMax Online Studios revealed huge plans for ESO. Previously, the studio teased a massive return to Skyrim in early 2027. You know that's not going to happen unless they've already, completed the Skyrim portion of the expansion with an expansion-size update. However, it is now unknown if the scope of this expansion-size update will be hurt by the scale of Microsoft's layoffs. Alongside the new content, the MMO team also teased major tech improvements for the game, as well as engine improvements. The team has been working behind the scenes and adding cross-play and cross-progression to the game, but it's unknown if these massive layoffs will hinder the development of those features. I mean, if they're still being worked on, then evidently it is going to impact all new features, all new content, everything. New projects as well, if the studio was working on new projects. This is, God, Bethesda boss tells the company must focus on our strongest franchises as Xbox layoffs hit hard. So they are admitting here, the Bethesda boss is admitting here that I guess the Elder Scrolls Online is no longer profitable, is no longer one of their strongest franchises. You'd think it was. Maybe I'm misreading this or misinterpreting what is being said here, but what a worrisome, I think, situation to be in right now. Like your career is in jeopardy. Half the people have already been fired if the game continues to decline, because there's really only one trajectory here. Less people working on your game means an inferior overall product in the long term, unless this half of the studio did nothing at all. We're inconsequential to the game overall, which I strongly doubt is the case. But less people working on your game means less content overall in your game, a lower level of quality content in your game. And if there's less content coming out, if there is a lower level of quality and polish for that content, then people are going to be upset and people are going to leave. If there's less people playing, if there's less money coming in, more people are going to be fired. The quality is going to continue to dip further, and the game will shut down. This right here is probably an indicator as to the game's future. I've loved ESO every time I've played it. They've sponsored me dozens of times. I have a great working relationship with ZeniMax Online Studios, and this isn't me doom posting. This is me just speculating here. I don't think the game is going to survive that much longer, which is a shame because it is truly a very good, very fun MMO.